认识。您提到的要减少这种测试方面的评价，有没有什么我们即将可能会出台的措施？还有就是我想知道一下，在您的认识当中，我们的课程改革和教学教化改革，还有评价体系的改革，哪个更重要？这是我第一个想问那个。Mr. 周教授，我还有一个问题是想问我们加拿大方的这个教授。Can I invite Mr. Folland to answer my question about assessment, also assessment? And I'm one of some first-year students in U of T, and know something from. I found that some students from China here can't receive very higher grade from their final term and midterm tests, but they have a lot of pressure from the parents. So I think there's a large gap between Chinese and the Canadian assessment system. Because of those pressure, some of the Chinese students committed suicide. So I think. If there is, I'm wondering if there's a potential to reach some agreements between assessments of two countries. Okay.
那我请允许我用中文来回答你的问题。Please allow me answer your question in Chinese. 那么，因为你刚才提到了中国考试的综合改革的问题，这是当前中国正在进行考试改革的一个重大任务，也是一个重大的目标。因为我们长期以来呢，我们的考试呢是通过高考、中考来的根据学生的成绩来评价一个人学习的好坏，然后来决定他上哪一个层次的学校。那么多年来的这个考试呢，因为从江苏已经进行了10年的探索这个中考改革、高考改革探索。那么中国呢又选择了这个上海和浙江2所来进行试点，来进行中考、高考的改革。那么中国的考试的改革呢，分成这个几个阶段来进行推进。主要核心的呢主要是要考虑根据学生的兴趣，是吧？然后呢双向选择来综合的来评价一个学生的学习成绩，是吧？那么这个综合的评价呢，就不光是根据学生在语文、数学、外语3门，还有其他的这个选择的科目中他们的成绩来进行考试，而且要综合的来评价，包括学生3年里面的学习的各科的，包括不管是主修还是自修。另外呢，要考虑到学生学习的主动性、学生的积极性。另外，全面的评价一个学生，不仅仅是考试成绩，包括他们的综合性的表现、他们的德育、他们的劳动、他们的社会体验，是吧？参与社会的能力，就像美国、加拿大一样，要综合的来评价一个学生，是吧？那不光是根据他的ACT、SAT 的考试成绩，要看到他的各门课的这个综合的这个表现。因为呢，我们都知道美国、加拿大呢，那么更看重的是一个学习的过程，而且看到学习的学生的自主性、他的独立性。而中国的考试呢，往往是根据一个人学生的学习结果来评价一个学生。那么现在呢，尤其是这个 multiple choice 这种考试呢，在中国呢越来越受到了批评，觉得评价一个学生不仅仅是考试的成绩，要综合的来评价学生。另外就是要扩大中学和大学之间 的双向选择。那么大学在选择的学生是这个学生的时候，不是单纯的来看一个学生在中学他的学习成绩，而是要看他的综合表现，是吧？综合表现这点呢，我觉得西方、美国、加拿大也好，有很多的这个经验值得中国学习和这个借鉴。这是我谈的你的一个关于怎么来综合评价学生的问题。OK。
Okay, thanks. I am going to have to leave after I respond. I'm sorry about that, but I'm heading for the airport. I think it's a complicated question, but I would say a couple of things. One is, on my website in 2011, I wrote a policy paper called Choosing the Wrong Drivers for Whole System Change. So a driver is a policy, a wrong driver is a policy that doesn't work. And negative assessment with standardized tests and negative consequences doesn't work to motivate enough of the right people to do well. So that's one way of saying it. The good news is, because we work with a lot of countries, is that countries are moving away from the narrow punitive accountability system and the early channeling of students. Singapore, for example, channeling students at age 11. They're moved away from that because it interferes with learning or the wrong, it's not equal opportunity. And they're moving towards a assessment system. California is one, we're right in the middle of it. They've got 8 indicators of success, literacy, high school graduation, parent involvement, a number of things, all measurable. And every school, every district is measured on that annually. But they don't have heavy-handed punitive consequences. They have an attitude, how do we keep improving on these indicators? So there's lots of pressure, but it's not negative pressure. And I think we now see several countries, some of the UK countries, some of the states are saying, these are policymakers, governors and others at the state level, saying we are changing our assessment system to move towards a more formative developmental system that still has consequences. We have described this system in the Nuance book as culture-based accountability. The accountability is based in the culture of the school with openness, transparency, and specificity. So what I'm saying is there is a movement underway in relation to your question to shift and try to get it right. It's a very complex thing to get right. But the good news is people don't like the old system that was too narrow, too punitive, and they're looking for an alternative, and we have alternatives. And that's my way of saying goodbye.
Thank you, Professor Fuller. Yeah, thank you so much.
傅兰教授因为要去赶飞机，所以他现在必须离开了。
我们一起鼓掌送他吧。
我代表你来送。OK. Yep. Somebody will be holding it. Yes. Okay. No, it's only. Take my action.
Okay, last chance. Is there any question? Otherwise, we'll move on to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ellie needs to translate.
Sorry. First, I would like to translate Professor Zhou's answer to her question about because China has undergone 2 reformation of the curriculum and assessment, and the teacher the teacher who actually working in the school felt like it's overwhelming and it changed too rapidly to be able to, for the teachers to adapt. So at the government level, she was asking him whether there is new implementation where the assessment can be
less narrow, just focus on academic performance, but also focus on something other, the other leadership skills or extracurricular abilities. And Mr. Zhou said that in the past 10 years, the Shanghai and Zhejiang are two experiment city and provinces who are in the trial or pilot programs where they are conducting the comprehensive evaluation system, where the universities will not only look at the academic scores on Chinese, math, English, and other subjects, but also they are going to look at the history of their 3-year senior high school studies, not only in their compulsory subjects, but also electives. And also they are going to look at whether they take initiatives in study, they have actively participated in classroom, and the students' comprehensive ability in other moral development, whether they participated volunteer work outside of the classroom, are also going to be taken into consideration. And in this area, universities in North America, in Canada and the United States, they have done very well in the past, and we can learn from them tremendously. And so I'm going to change to Chinese because I'm going to translate Dr. Folland's answer. 就是富兰教授刚才回答的就是关于就是来加拿大求学的学生，因为他们在第1年期中或者是期末考试的成绩不理想，这给孩子带来很大的精神的压力，导致了孩子们有一些比如说自闭啊，或者说精神上受到创伤，甚至有更严重的一些后果。尽管说这是一个非常综合、非常复杂的问题，我们没有一个简单的答案就能够一句话能够回答问题。但是他的研究，他的网站上有一个研究是来解决或者说能够来回答这个方面的问题，因为就是现在的就是像中国的这种教育是惩罚性的。如果说这个学校这个地方做的不好，那么会有带来不好的消极的后果。所以呢，一个好的消息就是现在有很多的国家，比如说新加坡，他们就是有很多的政策措施出台，之后就不再会从原来比如说有一个在学生11岁的时候对他们进行选拔的一个统考就已经被取消掉了。所以呢，我们现在在加利福尼亚州，他们也会有类似的这个做法，就是从原来的统一的考试转成就是看学生的8个核心的方面的考核，包括家长参与学生的教育等等。所以呢，虽然说是一个非常复杂的过程，但是我们现在也已经引起了各个国家、各个社会的注意，而且现在也有研究正在寻求解决，就是从以前的惩罚性的这种教育的方式，转型到给孩子们带来更积极、更长远的积极的影响的一种教育的方式。
Thank you. We have the very last one question. Then we move on to some specific questions.
我是鼓起勇气来提这个问题，因为我不知道有这个环节。
Took a lot of courage to.
我可以说是代表中国的家长向王院长和王厅长提这个问题，因为我很珍惜这次提问的机会，因为我在国内没有机会有这么近距离的和2位领导对话。
It took her a lot of courage to bring up this question as the role of the parent, because in China she never had the precious opportunity to be in the same room with Dr. Wang and Professor Wang.
我是来自山东，在我们山东有50%的学生是不能上普高的，所以我想请问2位领导，就是在你们认为在中国的中职教育是不是有可能
和加拿大也做这种中外合作办学，因为王院长您是很早的就提出来这种综合性、应用性跨学科教学的这种理念。而王厅长，我是知道江苏省是中职教育做得非常好的一个省，所以我想请问一下两位领导，就是中国的中职教育有没有可能引入加拿大的教育？
Let me translate. Because she's from Shandong province, in this province, 50% of the students cannot get enrolled into the high school pathways. They go to vocational pathway. So with this, half of the student population cannot receive the senior high school education that we know of. They have to go through the vocational college education, and we do have a representative from Centennial College here, Cheryl here as well. So she is asking the question to both Mr. Wang's because Mr. Wang has mentioned and he has done research on the education focus on the applications or technology or across the subjects where they train the students for the career, for the job fields. And her question is, in vocational level, are there any chances or opportunities for joint programs between China and Canada?
这个问题很好。这个中职教育呢，引了这个总会的办学，这个国家是可以。 是允许，是完全可以做的。但是呢，因为像加拿大呀、像美国、北美这种，包括欧洲有很多的国家，它不像中国有那么多的中职的学校。其实就普通高中当中，已经有一部分的学校是选择了一部分的中职的课程，让学生在学习普通课的时候，同时也学习了一些这个我们中职的一些的课程。 其实我们中国有的学校也在探索，像这样子去做。我们过去是把普通高中和中职完全分开，现在看来也可以考虑做一些调整，办一些中型的学校。我觉得你提的这个问题是很好的，是可以引进的。
Dr. Wang's answer is that in terms of vocational education, even in junior vocational colleges, there are lots of potentials. This is a great question, by the way, and that they can be potentials or opportunities for collaboration. The government is actually promoting that. The only problem is in Canada, in Ontario, there are only 24 public vocational colleges, where in China there are half of the student body. There are lots of vocational colleges. So another way to solve that problem is looking at, because in the past, when a school, if you are a senior high school, you only have students preparing to go to universities, and other colleges, they train students to go to work right after graduation. There can be thinkings or explorations or research done to see whether these two can still be done together in the same location. So their policies can be adjusted to see whether we can meet the requirement for more students.
我再补充一点，就是高等职业教育呢，也是可以引进的，可以综合的办学的。在这一方面，我做了一个大胆的探索。2016年，这个你们记得的话，多伦多有一个百年理工学院嘛？百年学院的话，和我们苏州艺术学校合作，在苏州创办百年职业学院。这个工作是我主张引进的。我是曾经为这一事情来过若干次，现在办得很好，办得很成功。就是的话，职业教育完全可以吸收外面的一些教育资源，来共同来传播。我们现在有一些可能的话，大家你比如说160医院大学，可能的话国外有一些学校还有一定差距。但是我们的中等职业教育、高等职业教育完全可以推而出，办得世界最高水平、最好的学校。
也有人来在这里。
是可以的，我也觉得。
And he says that in the senior vocational colleges, because there are two levels, one is junior level when the students are under 16 and senior level. So it's similar to our vocational colleges like Centennial College, because the joint programs can really be carried out, and he conducted one experiment between the Suzhou Vocational College and Centennial College, who has a representative here. Cheryl Martin is from Centennial College. So that's a successful example to show that that if the vocational colleges is courageous enough, they can reach out and they can successfully carry out the joint programs with international vocational colleges.
I think Professor, just
我接着补充两句，刚才那位老师提到了中国的教育结构，我们国家呢，目前根据国力只能普及9年制义务教育，这是个强迫教育，而免费教育。但是到了高中阶段，目前还是2大类：普通高中和职业高中，而且这个比例呢，大体保持在1比1，这是规划里边确定的，也是国家人才培养需要的。我们国家太缺乏技术性、职业性的这样一些工匠精神和人才。
The structure where we are carrying out, we are implementing the 9-year compulsory education where the students receive free and they have to stay in school until the 9th grade. And the other one is the ratio between the vocational college students and senior high school students is roughly 1:1. This is according to the need of the national development, because we do need a lot of the students who are able to work right after they graduate their vocational colleges. We need the people who are able to work in certain career and vocations.
因为无论是国家、一个民族，包括全世界，对人才的需求是多样、多元的，不能仅仅认为搞学术性的、搞基础研究性的才是人才，这是第一。第二，我们国家的职业技术教育、职业教育目前正在解决它可持续发展的问题，就是我们的职业高中过去是断头的。不能再继续深造，进入到技术院校。现在国家正在进行这方面的改革，鼓励使他们能够继续有深造的机会。无论是工程师和技术人员，包括厨师、主厨，都可以有这样的培养渠道和培训渠道。
So we have to recognize that we are not defining talents just because they are academically strong. The talents can be in different forms. So the people who are working in different fields, they are talents in that respectful area as well. And the other thing is, the government is trying to implement these strategies or carry out policies to enable the students or the people who are actually working in those fields, they have the opportunity